Gianforte, I'm assuming you do. You're recognized.
Thank you,
for
Mr.
5 minutes.
Chairman. Our public lands define our Montana way of life, and increasing public access to them is among my top priorities. Every community in Montana is different. A one-size-fits-all approach does not work. Instead, 3 principles have always guided my approach to public lands. First, public lands must stay in public hands. Secondly, we should be working to increase access. And third, we should trust our local communities for how we define use for these lands. Paradise Valley is the gateway to Yellowstone National Park. Paradise Valley is a national treasure that's central to our state's growing tourism industry, which now exceeds billions of dollars per year in revenue. I've met with the residents in Paradise Valley. I've met with the Park County commissioners there. I've met with the members of the Yellowstone Gateway Business Coalition, which includes over 400 businesses that operate in the valley there. The consensus of the community is clear. They do not want mining in Paradise Valley. I trust the judgment of the community, which is why I introduced H.R. 4644, the Yellowstone Gateway Protection Act. This legislation addresses the community's concerns with the long-term implications of industrial mining in the area and protects the headquarters of Yellowstone River and Yellowstone National Park. This area has been an important Montana destination for decades for all Americans and citizens around the world. The local businesses are committed to continuing that growth. Mr. Chairman, I asked to submit letters of support for this legislation from the Park County Commissioners, as well as one from over 400 businesses in the Yellowstone Gateway Business Coalition. Montana has a rich, proud mining history and one that can responsibly continue. While I strongly support mining throughout the state, such as in the Bull Mountains or in Lincoln and Sanders County, some places just don't make sense for a mine. I know many of my colleagues have questioned the wisdom of an administrative withdrawal and think Congress should reclaim its authority to do its job. This bill is an opportunity to do just that. While you may not agree with the policy, at least this conversation is happening in public rather than in some unelected bureaucrat's office in Washington. Furthermore, I know this legislation may be unpopular with some of my colleagues. This bill, however, represents something Congress is supposed to do: decide when to withdraw areas from mining. Montanans sent me to Congress to get results for them and to put Montana first. I hope my colleagues share my guiding principles of keeping public lands in public hands, expanding public access to them, and trusting our local communities to know what's best. I urge you to honor their wishes, and I urge you to protect Paradise Valley. I urge passage of this bill, and I yield back my time.
Is there anyone who